Hi guys, Kirsty Englander here. So I've got a few more questions to go through today. So let's get started. So my first question is, why do I need to brand my business? Will it not be successful if I don't brand it? So thanks for the question. It's actually a really good one and we get it a lot. First, let's look at what branding is. Branding is a design, it's a term, it's also a name. It will identify a company's service or product as unique to them, and it's different from other companies. So for example, if I say Facebook, pretty much everybody will know the logo and the colours. It's giving a company a particular design in order to advertise its services and products. Branding can change how people see your brand. It can also help drive more business and increase the brand value. It's important to know that if you do this wrong, it can actually have the opposite effect. I just want to be clear and tell you that even if you do nothing at all, your reputation is going to build anyway, especially within your local area. This means that the results will be based on the services or products that you sell and whether you did it good or bad. Learning to understand branding or using someone who actually understands this can take control of your reputation. It can make you look the way that you want to look. I always recommend that you should be thinking about your branding from the start. Many people think branding is only done by the big brands because people think it's such expensive marketing. Branding involves an ongoing mix of different components and activities, which means that you can brand to the financial level you're at. Costs are different depending on where you are right now. In branding your business, it's never one size fits all, as this just doesn't work. Different businesses have different aims and abilities. For example, if you're a local sweet shop, your aim is to brand to the locals as to why they should come to you rather than the supermarket. This meaning your branding exercise and your costs are going to be much smaller than a company that's, let's say, branding an international multi-product business. This will be much more challenging and resource heavy than that of a local business. However, both businesses can still brand and still should brand to the level that they're currently at. I like to try and compare branding to SEO, search engine optimization. SEO is what I consider to be the foundation of the company's online presence and can bring in the most amount of traffic and conversions once it gets moving. I discussed this one in one of my other videos. However, SEO is a long-term investment. So if you're expecting results overnight or even in the next few months, then you need to think again. Once it does start, it's brilliant. And even though it takes so long to build, it also takes a long time to stop working if you stop doing SEO. So it is a strong campaign for your business. Branding is similar. Although you don't see the results straight away, in time you will. And it could be through means that you wouldn't even expect. For example, you may advertise on the radio and get no known return, and also advertise on Facebook and get no known return. And you may also advertise in a magazine and get no known return. But then all of a sudden you get a call from a prospect who is exactly the type of client you need. And you ask where they heard of you. They basically turn around and say that they have no clue. Your name just kept coming up everywhere. What this normally means is they kept seeing your name and subconsciously remembered it. And then when they finally decided to take up your service or product, it was a no-brainer. They had to use you. This is the power of branding. Prospects learn who you are and presume you are safe and trusted because they've heard your name so many times. People like things that are familiar to them. It gives them a sense of reliability and safety, which is why people tend to use names they know and trust. Ever notice when you go to a foreign country, the first thing you do is look for the local McDonald's or a brand that you know? Building a strong brand normally means that customers have had a positive impression with the company, and trust is being built just through the name. This makes it more likely for people to do business with you. Once the brand has been well established, word of mouth could become the company's best advertising technique. And the funny thing is, most people won't even know why they're recommending you. So, in summary, branding your business is important. And no one is saying you cannot be successful without branding it. However, it's like with anything. The more you put in and do, the more successful your results will be. This all depends on your level of success, and everyone sees success differently. As we said at the start, your business will automatically have some level of branding just by trading. I highly recommend branding your business for the long-term results that this can bring you. I recommend starting as soon as possible. I'm a very firm believer that if you brand correctly, this will eventually equal success. I do believe all businesses, big and small, should be branding, and they should be doing this ongoing. I hope that answers your question, and I wish you the best of luck with your new business. And my next question is, how can hashtags affect your branding? Hashtags are a great tool when used correctly. They can boost the organic reach of your posts. Because Instagram and other social platforms implement new algorithms all the time, it's actually harder for users to expand their organic reach of their posts. If you then add this to the growing use of users, it's next to impossible to cut through the noise. However, with this said, one of the best ways to get through this is to use hashtags. Basically, they help Instagram and social platforms categorize your content, and ultimately it gets you in front of your intended audience. However, do be careful, because if you overuse hashtags, this can actually lead to something called a shadow ban. This is where the algorithm flags your social account with violating its community guidelines, and it stops your content being seen, even if you're using the right hashtags. A shadow ban account is basically invisible to new followers, specifically on the hashtag search result page on Instagram, let's say. Just remember to use precise and relevant hashtags, and don't be afraid to look at what your competitors are doing. One of the most important things you can do for your campaigns are actually branded hashtags. This means that you're using your brand name, and you may also want to include your company's slogan and name of a specific product or something that your audience would be able to recognize you for. You see, there are two key benefits of using hashtags. The first one is the possibility of monitoring the performance of your campaign. This is done by just focusing on your branded hashtags. The second one is user-generated content. This means that every time a user puts one of your branded hashtags inside of their posts, they are actually increasing your presence on social media. You can also join trending topics. This can benefit your marketing efforts enormously. This is because they engage a huge number of readers. You see, the right hashtag for a trending topic can get your service or product in front of a massive audience. They may even be seen by people who aren't part of the audience you're trying to target, which actually results in a better brand awareness. You can spin your content to have a relevance to a trending topic, but this has to be related in some way to your company. Many people wait for the holidays to do this, and then they can jump on the seasonal greeting trends. You see, you can also join conversations on social media, which is very similar to joining a trend. One thing to remember is people love to compete, and what they love more than that is free stuff and discounts. So promoting contests and giveaways can boost your engagement like nothing else. When it comes to giveaways, it's better to do several smaller ones than one massive giveaway. This is because it helps you build a momentum on your social media. You see, contests tend to result in loads of user-generated content with your hashtags in it, meaning better awareness for your brand. So just for example, Lay's created a new crisp flavour. They did this by asking their customers first, and with the help of the hashtag #DoUsAFlavor, this then led to their Do Us a Flavour contest. Due to this, their content spread like mad. This was because of the user-generated content using that particular hashtag. This has happened with so many companies around the world. You should be creating similar tags to promote your own giveaways and competitions. This will help drive new customers by spreading awareness about your company. Just by some of the examples mentioned, you can see how hashtags can affect and boost your business and brand. This can be done in many different ways. The trick is to invest a little time and effort into what you're writing and what tags you are picking, and how this all connects to you. And this will help you reach your target audience. It will also help you grow your company throughout the process. Just be careful with the hashtags you use. You want these to be relevant to you and have a plan of why and how you're using them. Remember, anything with marketing and branding can also see you affect your brand negatively. So like with anything, you have to be careful and have a proper strategy of what you're going to do in order to get the best possible results. Enjoy the journey and good luck. That's all for now. So don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you next time.